moustache here. And to the 1,500 or more viewers that I've had to the little video that I put up on Friday evening, and it's now Sunday afternoon, thank you for watching, and thank you for all of your comments. I really like receiving your comments, and I try to respond to them all. But that video was about how D'Addario had actually made contact with me, because probably because I have made it public that much as I have always not highly regarded coated strings, I've got dry hands and I didn't really feel them necessary. I tried a set of excess strings, they're new coated strings, and I like them so much that I made a decision to change all of the strings on all of my flat tops, I've got a few, to excess strings. And I've been thrilled to double rags with them. They just don't wear out, they just keep going, sounding good and looking good, which is also important. But I was also bemoaning the fact that I couldn't get 12-string guitar, 12 strings sets in the gauges that I prefer, which are like the D'Addario EJ37s, being 30 to 54 and 12-12, but for tune down to D only, right? On this Harmony, which I feel prefers bronze strings for some reason, I used to use Martin MA190s, but I suspect these aren't used a whole lot, so even though they're vacuum packed, I've often opened them to find them corroded and rusted, which was a bit of a disappointment. So Lucas from D'Addario contacted me and said, would you like me to make up a set of bronze for my Harmony and phosphor bronze for your Martin 12-string? Well, yes. Now, to do that myself would cost an absolute fortune, but he sent me, and today I girded my loins and went out into the workshop and I installed these on this. This guitar is by far the most difficult to restring because of the tailpiece, the very low bridge, and the slotted headstock, of course. But I'd managed it in my old men's way. I thought I would make a video of that, but no, that would be too painful for you. So I put them on, I've tuned them up, and by the way, I always, when I change strings, I always lay my guitars flat on a worktop and work down on them, and I rely on this old Planet Waves neck support, which is now broken and keeps falling down, but I managed to make it work. And I always used to use one of these, which I think was a Planet Waves one, or a D'Addario one. It's the same thing now, of course, but then that broke off for some reason, or I lost the screw, but I still use the little nipper. But what they have got is they've got something called a tour grade peg winder, very sexy black, and here it is, right, and it has a little doodad for removing bridge pins. Okay, so I actually tried to use this when I actually used it when I was doing the final part. Mostly I use a screwdriver, an electric screwdriver with a peg winding bit on the end, but for the final little bits, you know, I've used something like what was on this, and this one was very good and very appropriate for that, because it's made of some sort of silicone type thing, so it doesn't scratch the headstock in any way, and which is pretty good. So there we are, and I used the tuner that they sent me, which is a Nexxus 360. Now, I kind of like my TC Electronics tuners, but I have to admit that this one was very easy to use. It's rechargeable. It's called a 360, I guess, because it goes around anywhere like that, and it's swivelable and all sorts of stuff. And you don't need batteries for it, because you put it on and recharge it as you would your phone or whatever. And it's no complicated programs on it or anything like that. It's on or it's off. You can change the calibration. That doesn't interest me But there you are, I'm looking at it, I should be showing to you. It's a nice little thing, it's got a very definite and comfortable feeling clip, and it does the job. And it stays on for 5 minutes, which often helps you when you're tuning up a 12 string. So there we are, I'm going to leave that on there. Nexus 360, there you go. Now, so I put on the first set of strings, these are bronze ones. When I get brave enough, I shall put the phosphor bronze ones on the Martin. But the other problem I had, especially with this one, really more than the Martin, was because it's got a very thick neck, 2-inch nut. When I put my Shub 12 string capo, and I do love my Shub simple basic capos, I put it on, but they don't seem to get on anymore. So they sent me a Pro Plus capo. I don't know what Pro Plus means, but there we are. So I thought, okay, well, it looks pretty light and pretty simple, so I'll stick it on, and I'll give it a real test. I'll put it on the 4th fret, see what happens. And a bit like a cradle capo, I've got a cradle capo, but I'd love another one. And you just wind this until that doesn't buzz anymore. And there we are. Does it work? Has it taken all those strings out of tune? That's the job. That's going in my little pick box, my Princess Mary pick box, along with my important picks. So there we are. So I've got a set of coated bronze 80/20 for this guitar, and when I've got the energy, I shall be putting a set of custom ordered same gauge phosphor bronze on this old Martin, 1964 Martin, rebuilt in 1998, my Martins. What a splendid thing. So my extreme thanks for these toys, these useful, practical toys from D'Addario, and it just shows that they do listen to their customers, doesn't it? Anyway, that's about it for now. I'll make another one when I've done the change the strings on the Martin. But if you have any comments, please put them down below, because I do read them and I do respond. And if you have any ideas for future videos, then please let me know, because I'm always looking for them. So I try to put out one every week, and sometimes I run out of ideas a little bit. So anyway, if you have been, thanks for watching. Bye.